I'd like to call this meeting to order and ask that you stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Shirley, would you call the roll, please?
Okay, Bruce, Dean?
Yes.
Heleneski?
Here.
Ball? Here. Walker?
Here.
Stahey?
Here.
Brian Cruz?
Here.
Kaczynski?
Here.
Okay, on the meeting agenda for tonight, we have Department and Committee reports. Item A is Operation Services Monthly Report. Item B, the Board of Review, which did not meet. Item C, Office of the Zoning Administrator. Larry's report is in your packet. D, the DDA minutes and the Director's report are in your packet. E, the Develop Filer Ad Hoc Committee did not meet. The item F, Personnel Committee did not meet. Item G, the Planning Commission, those minutes are in your packet. Under item A, there we have consideration of approval of the presented 2020 through 2025 capital improvement plan synopsis prepared by the Planning Commission. Item H, the Zoning Board of Appeals minutes are in your packet. Item I, Elections Commission did not meet. J, Building and Grounds Committee. Item A, we have consideration of approval to pay the $500 insurance deductible for the damaged swing set at Oak Hill Park. B, consideration of approval to fix the damaged fence at Oak Hill Park at an amount not to exceed $500. Item C is consideration of approval for Brian Seal Coating to fix cracks at the Fire Department, Township Hall, and Rec Center this fall, and to follow up next year with seal coating. Item D is consideration of approval for new tires on the Township truck. Item letter K, the Fire Department monthly report is in your packet, or Jim gave it to you, put it in front of you tonight. And then L is the PEG Commission report. Under new business for tonight, we have item A, consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 31 of the Charter Township of Filer Code of Ordinances to adopt regulations regarding fences to include large-scale solar energy systems as special uses in the forest, recreational, and agricultural residential districts, to establish site plan and special use standards for large-scale solar energy systems, to allow certain marijuana facilities by special use permit in the limited industrial and agricultural residential districts, and to repeal all ordinances in conflict herewith. Item B is consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend the Charter Township of Filer Code of Ordinances by adding a new chapter 39, medical marijuana facilities, to establish regulations relating thereto, to prescribe penalties for violating the ordinance, and to repeal all ordinances in conflict herewith. Item C is consideration of approval for Paradigm Electric to install a SCADA system for the Water Department. Item D is consideration of approval for resolution for submission of grant application to the Manistee County Community Foundation for playground equipment at Oak Hill Park. And I guess initially I would like to remove under new business item C, had anticipating getting a quote from Paradigm Electric for the SCADA system for the Water Department, and we did not get that quote today. We did have a quote from them, I want to say about 2 years ago, but wanted to get an updated quote. So we will I would like to have item C removed.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting agenda removing item C.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Kaczynski, support by Dean Cruz, to approve the meeting agenda for tonight, with dropping item C under new business. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. On the consent agenda for tonight, we have item A, minutes of the special board meeting held September 18th, 2019. B is the financial report. C is approval of the Township General Fund expenditures, including the fire department. Those checks are numbered 36982 through 37056. Accounts payable totaling $31,922.97. Payroll total $16,126.94 for a grand total of $48,049.91. Item D is approval of water department expenditures. Those checks are numbered 2645 through 2653, totaling $94,006.16. Item E is approval of the sewer operating expenditure checks numbered 1052 through 1055, totaling $1,772.45. Item F is approval of fire bond, water bond, and monthly ACH payments to State of Michigan and IRS, totaling $100,806.83. Item G is approval to attend Michigan Cybersecurity Conference in Grand Rapids on October 9th, 2019, at the cost of $25 per person. Also, tonight we have a special presentation by Karen Colt regarding smart trails. And under communication and announcements, we have item A, the Claire Carner Public Visioning Workshop results, which are in your packet. And item B, Charter Communications upcoming changes, which is included in your packet. And if there are no changes to the consent agenda for tonight, I would entertain a motion for approval.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Kolonowski, support by Brian Cruz, to approve the consent agenda for tonight. All those in favor signify by
Can I
saying
ask
aye.
a question?
Yes.
On the cybersecurity conference in Grand Rapids, if someone were to attend, would they be able to go down the night before, since it starts at 7:30 in the morning, and be covered by hotel?
Good question. I noticed that is an early conference. You said the registration is at 7:30?
7:30 or something
Yeah.
like that.
I don't have a problem with that. We've done that in the past for other conferences, unless there's objection from anybody on the board. I think that's reasonable. Otherwise, that means you're leaving at least by 5:30 in the morning, so, yeah. And I forget that, yeah. So I guess my answer to that, Tom, would be I would approve that, not hearing any.
Well, we can just add it as an addendum to that.
Yeah, add that for the, let's say,
It should have been put on there.
yeah,
It's actually logical.
$25 cost per person and plus lodging for the night before. So, we had a motion by Dale and support by Brian. Do you want to incorporate that into your motion? Okay.
Second incorporation.
Okay. Any other comments, discussion? Okay, all those in favor of the motion on the floor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. At this time, Karen?
Yes, thank you for allowing me a few minutes to bring up what's going on in the recreational part of the township and the whole county, actually. I've been attending these meetings.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, Karen, could I have you go to the podium and make sure the mic is turned on there? That
Oh,
way
okay.
a lot better and everybody will be able to hear you. Thank you.
Where's the
Probably want
light? It
to
says green.
tilt it down a little too toward you.
Okay. Anyway, I've been representing Filer Township at these trail committee meetings now about 3 years. We've been going, and just giving you a little bit of a background about the trails in the county. We have now established a Trail Recreation Commission, and Wayne Beldo is now the chairman of that board, and that'll be overseeing a lot of the activities going on, and then the Friends group will be doing some of the legwork. But, excuse me. Then the trail development, I gotta take my glasses off. The trail development and public input was a booth that was at all the local community events throughout the county, where they were putting out a survey. And unfortunately, Filer Township does not have a community event, so that's why we're doing it this way. I'm asking you for two things: to take that survey, and then also to participate in, and I see there's a couple comments about there already about showing up some different kinds of trail possibilities, and this is recreation for biking, hiking, snowmobiling, snowshoeing, skiing, whatever. We would like to have any kind of comments and things that you might like to see at the trailheads, like bike racks or porta potties or any little thing, big thing. Sky's the limit, as they are telling me to pass on to you. And so we want to be able to have this in Filer as well as, and then incorporate it with the whole county. All the information from the survey and from these maps, these will be up here now for the month of October, so people can come in. So I'm asking you to ask your friends, neighbors, family to come in and take a look at this and make some suggestions on there. So this will all be compiled then, and that information for the whole county will be provided at a later date. Rob Carson from the Planning Commission of the county is in overseeing this whole project. He had a meeting with the Grand Traverse Land Conservancy, Glenn Chow, and they will be working with us. They're not going to be buying land or anything like that, but they will help get us access or meet people that are with these high foundations that have this as their plan that they want to participate and promote. And such as like the Meyer Foundation, the C.S. Mott Foundation, there's some big money out there for this type of project. Of course, we all would have to have part of a matching grant, which is so, just a short little blurb I'd like to add on to, because trails really are an industry of its own, I'd say. There was a newspaper article in the paper here just not too long ago, and I'd just like to read some statistics for you. Excuse me. Every year, 63% of Michigan residents participate in some form of outdoor recreation. Here, supported by the knowledge and expertise of thousands of industries, manufacturers, and retail and service sector businesses that make quality outdoor experiences possible. According to the Outdoor Industry Association in 2017 National Outdoor Recreation Economy Report, Michigan, this industry annually generated $26.6 billion in consumer spending and $7.5 billion in wages and salaries. contributed for $250,000 to rent jobs. So that was kind of an interesting stat, that this recreational isn't just, it's a really an important industry to be looking at it as an industry. So that is what I wanted to bring forth to you. If you got any questions, I'll try and answer them for you.
How long is the survey going to be up and what?
The survey is still up. It'll be probably through the end of the month. And I encourage anybody and everybody to do that. It's only 10 questions. And it's a real quick one. And you have to make sure you got everything just exactly like it shows on that sheet. Because I was with a friend, she did it and it didn't work out. So she had to go 3 times before she finally got through. It does work. Anything else?
Any other questions of Karen? Or anyone from the audience have questions of Karen? Okay, thank you, Karen. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, public comment. Any public comment? Eddie?
On new business, the consideration of approval of an ordinance regarding offenses, I have to wait till you bring that up and we'll talk about what you're talking about. And then I'd like to be able to say something here.
Sure, we can recognize you at that point. Any other public comment? Yes, sir.
I'm not sure. I didn't know that there was an agenda. Sorry for not calling that sooner. I'm here from United Steelworkers, Local 12585. I'm part of the safety committee down at Father City at Action Corporation. And we have a lot of contractors going back and forth in the parking lot. And I wanted to ask about if we could get some lights set up over the contractor parking, over the road where the contractors are walking back and forth. It's a potential hazard. And I said I apologize for not being on the agenda. I didn't realize that. And if I need to, I can come back.
Yeah. I can't really give you an answer right now on the spot.
I understand that.
I would have to, I don't know what kind of a time frame we'd be looking at. I'd have to get in touch with Jeff Kelly Consumers to find out if they could in fact do something.
Sure.
How are the contractors moving back and forth across Grant Street during the dark?
Street. I'm not sure.
Yeah, during the dark hours.
Yes, they're setting up in the morning, and actually we have construction going on 24 hours a day there.
Let me get in touch with Jeff Kelly and also maybe suggest that you give me a call.
Sure.
If you call our township number 723-3138, I'm extension 6.
Okay. What's good time?
I'm sorry, I'm extension 3.
Okay.
Extension 3. I probably will not be in tomorrow because we're going to a conference down in Big Rapids. But call and leave a message at any rate, just to make that contact, and then leave me a contact number so I can get back with you.
Sure will.
And we can at least get the ball rolling and see if there's anything we can do.
You know, if you give me permission, I can get after PCA, maybe they can install it themselves. I'm just trying to get the ball rolling on this because we're going to have a lot of people for a long time. And we have shutdowns monthly. We bring in contractors, so this will be an ongoing issue for as far out as we can see.
Okay.
And that was 723-3138.
Correct. Extension 3.
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you. Any other public comment? Okay, then moving into our department and committee reports. Again, your monthly client report from Operation Services in your packet. Water usage has remained pretty much consistent. The zoning administrator's report is also in your packet for the previous month. DDA minutes from the regular September 3rd meeting is in your packet, as is the director's report. In your packet are the minutes from the public hearing of the Planning Commission from September 5th, as well as the regular meeting, same date, and the September 17th regular meeting of the Planning Commission. We have, under the Planning Commission, we have item A, consideration of approval of the presented 2020-2025 capital improvement plan synopsis that was prepared by the Planning Commission. That is in your packet. And I know I got a call this afternoon from Brian indicating that there was one stretch of road surface that we looked at that's not included in there, and I don't know how that got overlooked. But that was a section on Ramona. And let's see, Tom and Dean were involved in that. Do you recall that we have a approximate cost figure on that? My recollection is around 10 to 15,000 on that.
On Ramona?
Yeah, the places where there's, maybe about a quarter to half inch.
We were on Price Road.
Yeah, yeah, but the same thing on Ramona. It's the same type of repair on Ramona. Yeah, I don't think it'd be chip sealing because it's just
Overlay?
The only thing I remember on Ramona and Murky was that right in the middle of there was that big pothole.
big pothole, and that's been repaired, by the way. But no, it was actually going down Ramona.
There were sections
A number of sections.
missing,
Yeah.
chunks.
Kind of right in the center of the road, as I recall.
Yeah.
So we just need to include that now in our,
Yeah, I think we need to include that. Under buildings and grounds.
Cost would be, do you have any idea?
Did you say it'd be similar to the Price Road?
Yeah.
That's 10,000.
It's only 10 little 100 yards.
That was,
How long the other one
small
is?
section Price. And that, as I recall, in Price was kind of continuous. It wasn't pockets of it like it is on Lake Road. Yeah. So, yeah, as far as the cost, I don't remember what we had put in there. If that's a 50-50 share, I'm kind of guessing that something probably in the neighborhood of 25,000 would be sufficient. That would mean total road cost, project cost of 50,000. So I don't know if you guys feel comfortable with that.
Yes.
I do. I think the township,
It is pretty high.
so, yeah, that's under road commission.
Well, this is just the capital improvement plan, estimate is good enough.
Right, it would have to be, just like our project this year was adjusted, once we got into it, so. Let's put it in there at 20.
Want a motion on it?
Yeah, we need a motion to approve the capital improvement plan with that addition to it.
Make a motion to approve the 2020-25 capital improvement plan with the addition of 20,000 approximate to repair Ramona Road.
I'll support it.
Okay, we have a motion by Van Cruz, support by Jaczynski to approve the presented capital improvement plan synopsis for 2020 through 2025 with the addition of repairs on Ramona, $20,000. Any discussion? Okay. All those in favor of the motion on the floor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item A is the zoning board of appeals. We have in your packet the minutes from the September 9th meeting. Item J, building and grounds committee minutes are in the packet for September 23rd. And under building and grounds, we have 4 items to consider there. First one, approval to pay the $500 insurance deductible for damaged swing set at Oakville Park.
Make a motion to deductible payment.
Is there support for the motion on the floor? Okay, motion by Brian Cruz, support by Jaczynski to approve the payment of $500 for insurance deductible to replace the damaged swing set at Oakville Park. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion on the floor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Item B is consideration of approval to fix the damaged fence at Oak Hill Park at an amount not to exceed $500. Just an update on that. I had anticipated getting a bid from the gentleman with the fence company, and he was going to drop it off today. Did not do that, but he did tell me initial discussions we had a few weeks back, his minimum to come out on a job is $350. When I spoke with him this weekend, he had been there Saturday again and looked at it and said he definitely wouldn't be over $350. He said, in fact, I might do that repair for $250 because you're not going to need that end post. He discovered isn't damage to be reused. It's going to be mainly just repairing that short section of fence. So I think the recommendation from the Building and Grounds Committee not to exceed 500, I don't think there's going to be any issues with that.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Dean Cruz, supported by Steggy to approve fixing the damaged fence at Oakville Park in an amount not to exceed $500. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item C is consideration of approval for Brian's seal coating to fix the cracks at the fire department, Township Hall, and Rec Center this fall, and then to follow up next year with seal coating. And what you had put before you today, what you have before you is a proposal to two proposals here. One at the drive out here in front of the garage, and then one at the rec center to do some repair, some cut and repair of some damaged areas of asphalt. And the one at the hall here, that is an area that measures 7 feet by 60 feet, and another area that's 14 by 11 feet. This came into you sometime today, so it wasn't in your packet. And I did meet with Bob yesterday, and we took a look at both locations and the damage that needed to be repaired. And when I saw these bids tonight, I'm a little bit confused. The one out here, if you've noticed along the edge of the asphalt, the south edge of the asphalt, it's breaking down due to the trucks coming in from Republic to pick up the dumpsters, the beef dumpsters, and this one bid is the 14 feet by 11 feet is for that repair. I'm sorry, not 14 by 11, the 7 feet by 60 feet. So we'll be taking out the south 7 feet of that asphalt all the way out to just about that power pole, and then replacing that, which that's what we had discussed. And then the other part, that 14 feet by 11 feet, if you've noticed that dip in the asphalt out here that we repaired, I think 3 times in the last 5 or 6 years. I think it was this spring, Tom, that you sent somebody down.
Road commission.
The road commission, and they were when they were over in the area, they patched it again. But that area keeps kind of bottoming out. Don't know why and what's going on there. If at one point in time before that asphalt was put in, if there'd been a tree there, that there's a rotted stump under now, we don't know. But what they were proposing, from what Bob Skeeter told me, is that they would cut out a square, remove the dirt down to a certain depth, and then fill it with stone, compact it, and then asphalt over that. My only question was the size quoted here, 14 feet by 11 feet. I didn't think it was going to be that large. But at any rate, for this repair here then, the cost on that was $3,900. With $1,950 due upon acceptance of the proposal with balance upon completion of the work. The rec center, now this is talking about 2 areas, a 30-foot by 4-foot section, and then a 19 by 5-foot section in front of the rec center that again would be filled with 2.5 inches of asphalt compacted. Those are basically, it's an area that's got a dip in the asphalt, crack, a dip that evidently created some problems in the winter with icing and accumulation of water not running off and icing and creating a slip hazard there. That proposal is for a total cost of $1,600 with $800 upon acceptance of the proposal. So that's one aspect of Brian Superior's seal coating bid, and then the other part that was in your packets, and that's to get this fall to repair the cracks, cleaning, cracking, filling, seal coating at the fire department, at the rec center, and here at the hall. There's quite a bit of cracking going on, and that's simply to take care of that at this point in time, and then they would come back in the spring and do the big seal coating and lining of all 3 areas. And You can see on your bid, and the bid sheets, the first sheet for the fire department, the crack filling with Crack Pro, which will be completed this fall, is at a cost of $500. And then the cleaning, edging, seal coating, and striping, which would be completed in the spring, would be an additional cost of $1,450. And the second page is the proposal for the hall here with the crack filling being done this fall at a cost of $500, and then the seal coating, striping and so forth in the spring at $1,475. And the last one is the rec center. That one is the crack pro repair work this fall at a cost of $150. And then in the spring, the seal coating and striping to be completed at a cost of $600. I want to say it was, I know it was at least 3 years ago, if not 4 years ago, we had this work done, the seal coating done at all 3 locations. And at that point in time, I know Brian told us that that's something that needs to be done every 3 years. I didn't really realize that much time had gone by, and Bob brought it up at the building and grounds meeting, so he inspected the 3 locations, and I know Jim's here. There was talk at the fire department initially, I think, is what maybe what initiated this conversation. With some concerns at the fire department with the parking lot. So at any rate, that's what is before you. Jim, I don't know if you had any comments on the fire department parking lot condition.
No, it's in pretty good, some spots are pretty rough shape.
Yeah. And it's the same thing here at the rec center. And it's, I know I really wasn't that aware of it until I kind of walked everything with Bob. And thought, it looks a little different than when you're walking it than when you're just driving in your vehicle and parking. So it's something that needs to be done. Brian told us to maintain the life of your parking lots to about every 3 years. This should be done.
Terry, this Brian ceiling, is that going to be, when they replace the asphalt, do they have the equipment to lay the asphalt and roll it?
Yeah, they've actually, I kind of wondered the same thing because he hasn't typically done that in the past. And Bob found out that he has gone into that area, but because of smaller jobs like this, larger companies don't want to get into these small repairs. And so, he found there's a need for that. So he's added that to his business.
You want a motion on 1 or all 3?
I think it'd probably be better to take the 2 repair jobs on a separate basis. They are of a little different nature than others.
What are you considering the repairs?
The first 2 that I talked about, the parking lot out here,
7 by 60 and 14 by 11.
14 by 11 out here, and then 30 by 4. The rec center was 30 by 4 foot and a 19 foot by 5 foot.
The township hall proposal and the rec center proposal?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion on that. Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion by Cruz, motion by Dean Cruz, support by Brian Cruz, to approve the two proposals from Brian's Superior Seal Coating on the repairs of the asphalt here at the hall in front of the garage and the asphalt at the rec center. The cost of the repair work at the Township Hall would be $3,900, and the cost of repair work at the rec center is $1,600. Any discussion? The only thing I want to, I think before we go ahead with this, we can approve this, but I'm going to get, I want to get a question answered on that 14 by 11 out here, because that hole's about yay big, and my understanding it was going to be about a 4 foot by 4 foot.
No, put that caveat.
His equipment might need to spread that.
Well, that's, yeah, that's why I want to follow up on this. Either talk with Brian directly or have Brian or talk with that, get that cleared up. So, any other discussion on that? Should we do a roll call on that, please?
Brian Cruz,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Malinowski,
Yes.
Jacinski,
Yes.
Steggy,
Yes.
Cruz,
Yes.
Paul, yes.
Okay, then the other quote from Brian Superior Seal Coating is on the actual seal coating of all three parking lots, the fire department, the rec center, and the township hall, where he would do, yet this fall, he would do the crack filling, just to kind of preserve that better over the winter. And those three, again, are $500 at each location. Just doing the crack filling, oh, I'm sorry, the crack filling at the rec center is $150. 500 at the fire department, 500 here at the hall. Those would be done yet this fall with payment at that time. And then the seal coating of all three locations with the edging and striping would be completed in spring of 2020. Those costs at the fire department, $1,450. At the hall is $1,475. And the rec center is $600. And I believe those are the same prices that he quoted us last time that we had to spend. I have to double check that, but Bob thought it was the same price as the last time. So I would entertain a motion on those proposals.
I'll make the motion. I'll second it.
Motion by Kolnuski, supported by Brian Cruz, to approve Brian's Superior Seal Coating bids for the crack filling this fall of all three locations, and the seal coating, edging and striping to be done at all three locations in the spring. Any other discussion? Okay, sure, go ahead.
Steggy,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Brian Cruz,
Yes.
Jacinski,
Yes.
Malinowski,
Yes.
Cruz,
Yes.
Paul, yes.
Okay, the last item on the building and grounds report is consideration of approval for the purchase of new tires for the township truck. That is a 2013 truck, so those tires have been on there for 6 years. The tread is worn on them, and Bob got quotes from, actually 3 quotes, 2 which were in the packet and 1 on the table in front of you tonight. One quote comes from Absolute Auto Repair in tire that's on 31 North, just south of 8 Mile Road, and that quote came in at $732.72. And then we have a bid that was in your packet from Manistee Tire Service, in the amount of $732. $32.72. And then he was able to get another bid, submitted it today from the Family Tire Service of Manistee on Parkdale Avenue, at a cost of $1,096.32. And I believe all three bids were for Nokia tires.
The other ones would be at Goodrich.
Are they same tires? So we don't get stuck with bad tires like we did when we bought
Brown
them?
gave two
They got
different.
two
You don't
different
want the
bids.
tires he put on there. You want a different tire.
Yeah, these, I know Bob researched these, and actually he was looking at Nokia's because he's had personal experience with them and has been very satisfied with them. They were actually, which one did you say was the BF Goodrich?
Well, they had two of them, family service, that Nokia's for $820.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I missed that, yeah.
$1,096 for
Yeah.
the Goodrich.
And that's why he went with the Nokia's because there's a substantial price difference, even when he priced them at Manistee Tire. He said that Nokia's were much better priced than the BF Goodrich. And yeah, on Family Tire Service, that $1,096 was for the BF Goodrich, and Nokia's was $823.20. So they are less costly tire, but
Well, what's this figure to the left of that?
on which, the 691.
Yeah, what's that?
I don't know. This just came in
There's
today.
two, and then it looks like there's one right alongside of it,
Yeah.
$820.
Right.
Maybe that's the sale price you're gonna get on them.
That's probably the sales tax.
Same price. $1,001
Yeah,
Goodrich.
it doesn't specify, and Bob and I talked about these bids, living in Brown's meeting, Friday, we talked about these. He was working on getting this bid from Family Tire Service, so I don't know. That, like I say, that just came in today. Jamie put it on the table for us, so can't answer that question.
Can't read it.
Can't read it. That's hard to read.
Probably color.
No, I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure.
That's the price you're getting for it right there.
Well, I think we need the new tires before winter, and I'm going to go with Building and Grounds recommendation, I think, and go with Nokia's. And I'm going to make a motion that we approve the purchase of the Nokia's from Manistee Tire Service at a cost of $732.72.
Support that.
Okay, motion by Walker, support by Kuczynski to approve the quote from Manistee Tire Service for the set of new Nokia tires that cost $732.72. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor of the motion on the floor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
What's the second on that?
Kuczynski. Okay, takes us to item K, Fire Department. Jim, anything you want to add to your written report here?
I made it yet, other than we have our annual SCBA inspection coming up, end of October, first part of November, so all the SCBA checks
Are you ready for the parade?
we'll get there.
That's the question from my granddaughter.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Pay Commission, you don't have a report in your packet. Barry, is there anything you have for us?
Since our normal meeting was on Labor Day, we moved it, we didn't end up having a quorum, so we didn't meet last month.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, under new business, we have item A, consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 31 of the Charter Township Code of Ordinances to adopt regulations regarding fences to include large-scale solar energy systems as special uses in the forest recreational and agricultural residential districts, to establish site plan and special use standards for large-scale solar energy systems, to allow certain marijuana facilities by special use permit in the limited industrial and agricultural residential districts, and to repeal all ordinances in conflict herewith. Richard, I had a question on page 4.
Okay.
Let's see. Under number 1, screening and security, where it says the applicant shall utilize existing topography and natural vegetation to the greatest extent possible to protect view sheds from existing adjacent residential structures. I know subsection 2 below kind of talks a little bit about that, but can you add any comment or clarification to that sentence that I just read?
Well, yeah, to the extent possible, what we're saying here is that, if possible, use the existing topography, leave trees that may act as screens from adjacent residential properties. This ordinance in particular was developed, and you might have, where the boundaries of these districts are, you might have this arise too, is that there's a couple of places, I developed this for Manistee Township, and there's a couple of locations in Manistee Township where the solar companies have picked up leases already, where there are adjacent homes, okay? They're not on the property, but they're next to the farmland, or they're next to the golf course in the case of the people. And so the idea was that instead of trying to force the developer to plant more trees, if there was something already there that could be used, then don't destroy those, continue to use them. Other than that, it's going to be up to the planning commission, depending on the site circumstances. Because again, depending on the type of solar panel they use, some of them are fixed, some of them twist, they follow the sun, and so there is a concern that, as they get towards sunset, they may reflect on the houses that may be in the neighborhood. That's another reason why you have the glare and blink study that you have to do, so that you don't get a period where there's glare shining on one of the neighborhood residential properties. Or roads, yes, or airports, or, anything else.
Yeah, as I read this, I was reading through this and thinking about recently seeing a fairly substantially sized, I want to say it was on my way to Traverse City last week.
There's a couple.
Yeah, right near the highway, along the highway. Basically, there was nothing there.
Right, well, the ones that are up by Cherryland, Rural Electric's office there on 31, those are fixed in a single location, as I recall. The ones that they're proposing in Manistee Township actually spin all day long to follow the sun as it crosses the sky, and then they revert back at night, they flip back to the morning position, and they follow it again. They do that all day long. So there's a greater chance that you're going to get glare if the meters are rotating
Yeah, even the fixed ones, though, I was kind of surprised up there that they didn't have anything in the way of vegetation for, visual screen from the right of. Subsection 1 there, where it says the large solar energy system will be exempt from the other landscape requirements of this ordinance. I'm just wondering what those other requirements might be.
Well, they're in the zoning ordinance in regards to special uses. We have in areas where, help me out here, Shirley, where like the limited industrial butts up to another district. There's a screening requirement, I think, of the zoning ordinance.
Probably different for every district.
Yeah.
You have to go to the zoning ordinance.
But we recommend certain trees to be planted, you know, that if we so
This
high.
is drawing its own rules for this particular use.
Right. Because these are a little more extensive than the typical screening requirements that you might have for commercial structure or something like that.
Right. Okay, those are the only questions I had.
Somebody's got a question about the fence.
Yeah, is your question under this, Betty?
Well, it says regarding fences, and I want to know what you're talking about regarding fences.
Do you have a copy of yours? Oh.
And we're only talking about in the agricultural or recreation. Is that right?
Solar.
Well, and what do you mean by fences? I just see a lot of problems with fences.
You just added that provision that allows fences on property lines in residential districts. Says they can be 8 feet tall on the rear and side, 8 feet on the side and rear, 42 inches in the front. And basically, if you've got a front side and a back side, you got to put the best side facing out. So that only applies to residential districts, or residential uses, I should say, regardless of the district. This is for fences around houses. And the zoning administrator had flagged that as an issue to the planning commission, that we didn't really have anything that regulated fences around houses. And people were always asking, what can I do in terms of putting up a fence?
Because fencing can be interpreted so many ways.
Right.
And 42-inch height in the rear.
No, in front.
Front yard. The full width of the parcel, does that mean that actually in front of the house?
Right. Well, this is the front yard. The front yard is a defined space in the zoning ordinance.
I like fences. That's why I don't have one, but I like fences. And so this will be in all the districts in the township, not just in the
It applies to all residential uses in the township. Those regulations do not apply to a commercial building, for example. They don't apply to industrial structure. They only apply to residences.
Or agricultural. Livestock fences.
They don't apply to the fences that the farmers use to keep the cows in pasture. It's only around residential uses, but there may be residential uses in the industrial district. So this would allow somebody that has a home in the industrial district to put a fence around their house.
I just want to be sure.
And I know another thing that's kind of cleaned up was the question everybody asks Larry all the time. I want to put a fence up, and do the posts have to be on my side of the fence, or can they be on their side? This now says it's on the
your side,
property
right.
owner's side.
Right. Now we have.
So the best side is out.
I can't think of the guy's name, but he's the county planner, or one works with the county planner on the corner of Murphy and Maple.
No.
No. Guy across the street, he's got the
Yeah,
big white
he's-
fence that goes all the way around. his
Oh,
yard.
yeah.
The new young guy.
He said, well, in my case, the post is in the middle, or the post shows up on both sides because the fence attaches to the middle of the post. We told him that we would interpret that as meaning that you could put that fence either side out.
There's no
because
wrong side.
There's no wrong side to the fence. So basically, yeah, if there's a good side and a bad side, you gotta put the good side out. But if both sides are the same, it doesn't matter.
Any other comments or questions?
I'll make the motion, we accept this.
Okay, we have a motion by Dean Cruz, support by Brian Cruz to approve this ordinance as stated. Any other discussion? Okay, Shirley, will you call the roll, please?
Brian Cruz.
Yes.
Kaczynski.
Yes.
Davey.
Yes.
Malinowski.
Yes.
Dean Cruz.
Yes.
Paul, yes. Walker.
Yes. Okay, item B is consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend the Charter Township of Filer Code of Ordinances by adding new Chapter 39, medical marijuana facilities, to establish regulations relating thereto, to prescribe penalties for violating the ordinance, and to repeal all ordinances in conflict herewith. Again, discussion on the ordinance or questions?
Somebody had put a copy of this on my place here with a couple of pencil typos or something in it.
Yeah, in section A, of the, this one.
No, I gave Betty the solar one, I thought. But that's all right, good. Tell me again,
Under, on the first page, under 3901 purpose, section A,
Of the place.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
We'll fix
Yeah,
that.
I can cross that one out too. Is that
Then there was a question about what did MMMA stand for?
oh, I don't know, I didn't,
You can go ahead and answer that one because yeah, the three M's, I've got that circled too. I couldn't find a definition of that.
The MMA is the...
Three M's.
What?
Three M's.
The Michigan Medical Marijuana Act. That was the 2008 voter-initiated law that allows for caregivers selling to people in the car.
Kind of assumed that's what it was for, but it wasn't spelled out, so.
The MMFA is the Medical Marijuana Facilities Act. Then there's an MTA, which is the Marijuana Tracking Act. And then there's the MRTM, which is the initiated law from last year, the medical regulation and taxation.
Okay, I jotted down some questions that I read, Richard, on page 7. Oh, okay, that was one, the MMA.
Okay, yeah.
So that's taken care of. Page 10. Item Q, odor from operations shall be controlled as provided in the zoning ordinance and as may be required under the special use permit issued to the permittee. I think maybe then in reading on, I did see that was covered.
In the zoning ordinance?
I think.
Yeah, we have the general provisions in the ordinance that say, you know, if you're doing something, you can't allow glare and smoke and noise and dust and odors to escape your property.
I know that's a big one with the marijuana, the odor.
Yeah, and you know, we'll have to see what the technology looks like to control that, but all of this stuff has to occur indoors. and we'll get an opportunity to inspect the plans for those buildings, as will the state of Michigan. The state of Michigan will probably have the more extensive regulations in terms of air handling, odors, and so on. But basically the process is you get sort of a preliminary permit from us, you go get your state preliminary permit, and then when you've got your building designed and your whole plan laid out, you come back to us to get the final permit, and then you go back to the state to get their final permit, and then you're ready to rock and roll.
Well, I raised that question because I know in discussions I had, I think it was this past spring with interested parties that expressed interest in two locations in the township, one being the vacant Kmart building and the other being vacant buildings up there by Family Farm and Home. And I know they have pursued with the city, but they, in discussions, they said that, there's definitely an odor, and it smells like a skunk, but I want you to know where we would have a system in place that would take care of that, and we wouldn't vent it until, like 3 in the morning or something like that. It'd be vented out, and we're just thinking, okay, those two locations, and you got Pine Ridge.
Well, I don't think those locations are allowed anyway.
No, and Horizon Point, but that was before this language was developed, and I could just see, okay, and they're sucking it in, and they're...
They might never wake up in the morning.
So, okay, that was... let's see. Page 11, when it talks about item E, processor facility shall produce no products other than usable marijuana intended for human consumption. I guess now I don't know what I was thinking. I just put a question mark on here and said, what about odor with a question mark? I guess the processor facilities wouldn't be an issue there. So I don't know what I was thinking of there. Page 14. I guess there it's just, I don't know if it's a typo, but if Shirley says no and I say no, then they can appeal, and it says to the decision of council. Previously, it's talking about appealing to the township board, just to be consistent with our language there, I think.
Yeah, we should. Where are you seeing that?
Top of page 14.
Okay. So that's going to be...
Appeal, they may appeal the decision to the
That's
township
probably a
board.
carryover from city council.
Yep, I'll fix that before we publish this.
Yep, and then in the very next sentence too, it says the council should hear.
Yep, got it.
All right.
Good catch.
Anyone have any other questions or concerns?
Shirley and I are working on an application form in case you get an application. We'll have that ready to go here probably in the next day or so. I've sent you a draft of it yet.
Yeah, I've got a message on the answering machine in inquiry in that regard, yeah, and I've tried to get back to them. The number they gave me, I called it. It was definitely a wrong number. So, I don't know, and I know Larry's had one reach out too, and then he gave me a copy of that letter today, and he put a copy, yeah, to everybody.
Want a copy?
They're an inquiry, but that's not in the prescribed areas that this would be allowed. This was an inquiry about up there, again, in the Family Farm Rite Aid area.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
They're trying their own product today. They're trying their own product already.
Good stuff.
Okay, anything else? Questions, of Richard?
I'll make the motion, accept.
I'll second.
Motion by Dean Cruz, support by Kolomeski, to approve the ordinance to amend this particular ordinance.
Well, this would adopt a new chapter in the...
That's right, amend the chapter
Yep.
by adding a new chapter
Add to
39.
chapter 39, right.
Any other discussion? Sure, roll please.
Dean Cruz?
Yes.
Paul? Yes. Walker?
Yes.
Brian Cruz?
Yes.
Jazinski?
Yes.
Skaggs?
Yes.
Kalinovsky?
Yes.
Okay, item D is consideration of approval for a resolution for submitting a grant application to the Manistee County Community Foundation for playground equipment at Oak Hill Park. A copy of that resolution is in front of you. I am working with Carlin Haas, our grant writer, who's done the grant writing work for the DNR passport grant at Oak Hill Park, to pursue a grant kind of to assist in the purchase of playground equipment, which is part of the DNR passport grant. So this is kind of one of the initial steps, is we need a resolution, just like we did for a DNR trust fund grant and our passport grant, to pursue that.
I'll make a motion that we do the resolution to contact Manistee County Community Foundation for playground equipment in Oak Hill Park.
Second.
Motion by Achinsky, supported by Brian Cruz, to approve the resolution for submission of a grant application to the Manistee Community Foundation for playground equipment at Oak Hill Park. Any discussion?
Where'd you get the $162,300 figure?
Oh, that's for the passport grant. Yeah, that's a combination of working with Spicer Group on the site plan and everything. It includes paving, additional paving, the installation of pickleball courts, existing tennis courts and basketball courts, in addition of a pavilion attached to the rec center, and the addition of one piece of playground equipment in the park, and addition of paved handicap parking right adjacent to the playground equipment. Those are the primary features of that grant. Yeah, that total cost figure to work. That's what it came up to. Any other questions, comments?
Just that the playground looks good, thanks to PCA coming in and chips.
Yes. Paul's got a few more chips to spread there, but, and also, I will be sending out thank you cards. We had 4 different entities provide chips for our new trail on a township-owned parcel, and PCA has donated chips for that as well, and that project's coming along real nice.
We had another,
We had it delivered today, and that came, I wasn't expecting it, and I had to make some phone calls to find out where it came from. It came from Mark Thompson.
yeah, he called me and told me. I just said, go ahead.
Yeah, so, and I have a call in to Blake Miller at PCA for another load of chips at our trail also. I'm waiting to hear back from Blake. I don't know if he's on vacation. Okay, I left him a message. So, yeah, that should pretty much complete that trail for the time being for this fall. Yeah.
But if we get some nice chips, it doesn't hurt for us to store them where we're dumping them there, because they're out of sight now. As long as we can get good chips.
Yeah.
Rather than
Tom, are you giving tours? You can have your little machine down there?
Yeah, you can walk out there, that's what they told me. You can walk it.
Oh, and also, along with that, trail system, I've been in touch with Josh Fields with the Manistee Conservation District, and he's going to walk the trail on the 8th. I can't remember, I think that's Tuesday next week. If I'm available and able to get clearance, I'll walk it with him, but I've asked him to review the site and see if there's any kind of a vegetation topical spray that we can use, that, safely use there, because it is a wetland area. And he knows so much about that. He started talking, he was so far over my head, I didn't know what he was talking about. So I said, well, you just, you look at what we've got there in the way of species and what could be effective and used safely in that location. So he's going to do that next week, Tuesday.
Remind me, I'll come there and we'll do it.
Okay, we've digressed a little bit. I guess, are we ready to vote on the resolution? Shirley, will you call the roll, please?
Okay, Ball? Yes. Dickey?
Yes.
Yes.
Brian Cruz?
Yes.
Dean Cruz?
Yes.
Yes.
Malinowski?
Yes.
Public comment. Public comment tonight. Okay. Anything else coming before the board tonight? Tom, do you have anything?
Nothing.
Ryan? Tom?
Nothing.
Shirley? Dale?
Nothing.
Dean?
That's a good one.
Yeah. Everybody's got that in their back. What's the fun one tonight, yeah. Yeah, mark your calendars for the 10th of October. Okay, I have nothing else tonight, so I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
I so move.
Motion by Dean Cruz, support by Lachinsky for adjournment. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Goodbye.